Most traders don't blow their accounts from bad strategies. It's actually from sitting in front of the screen all day long and taking boredom trades. Especially this current week, majority of the price action wasn't really that clean, especially Monday and Tuesday. We had a lot of fake outs, lack of follow throughs, so a lot of momentum traders were having a tough time staying green, including myself. Now, how do you avoid that? Simply by walking away, right? If you sit in front of the screen all day long, there are things that are going to start to stand out more. And that's because you're going to be staring at the screen, and that fatigue is going to cause you to look for certain setups that might not be there. So walking away during that time is probably going to be the best way. So how do you approach this? What I typically do is I try to limit myself as how many trades I'm going to take. I tell myself I'm not going to take more than 2 trades, 3 trades, or whatever max number I set. I try to stay within that range. Whenever I start to trade above that range, I know, one, I'm overtrading. Second, a lot of these trades are either coming from revenge trading, boredom trading, or I'm simply sitting here too long. Boredom trades aren't really about what you see on the chart. It's more so about what's going on in your head, because you're sitting there for so long. Maybe you haven't taken a trade since 1 hour from the open, and now you're itching to take the next trade. You start to look for certain patterns such as, oh, this might be the bounce of support, or volume might be picking up here, or I just need one more trade for the day, right? That type of mindset is where you know that boredom is kicking in and you're taking trades that are actually not there. And trust me when I tell you, market absolutely punishes people when they take these boredom trades. For myself included, Monday, Tuesday, I took more trades than I should have. Some days worked out, some days didn't work out. From the 4 trading days that I've had this week so far, I'm green 2 days and red 2 days. Now, what helps me switch over from being red and constantly taking over trades or boredom trades is telling myself, you don't control the market, right? You have to go with the market flows. Clearly, certain setups are not working in the market. So I have to have a certain cutoff period that if the market doesn't provide these type of setups, I am going to walk away and go do something else. Because in trading, you have to be very, very patient. And if you're patient for too long, what basically happens is start to tell yourself, I've been waiting for this long, this has to be the setup. And that's where we end up taking the bad trades that are actually not really there, theoretically speaking. And when you go over your trade recaps, you guys will see that a lot of those trades that are taken after 1 hour of waiting, there was simply no setup there. In trading, the waiting game and being patient is going to be the most crucial part in helping you avoid taking boredom trades. Success in trading does not come from when you buy or sell the trade. It comes from how long can you not do anything in the market, basically sitting on your hands. So how do you actually go about a market that has, choppy price action that can lead you to have boredom trades? First of all, go over your pre-market and look for A+ setups, right? You should have a criteria for what are your A+ setups. What does the stock have to do in order for you to take that trade? You need to write down each and every single step, volume, whatever indicator you're watching, what the price has to do, what the overall indexes are doing, what direction the market is headed based on the market sentiment coming in from the catalyst, such as the government shutdown, the Fed speaking, and so on. Taking all of that into account should give you a certain directional bias. Now, that directional bias doesn't mean that you just focus on that side. You have to be very careful with that term bias. So for example, if you're looking at a long trade above a certain level, or your entry point is somewhere around a supply or demand zone, wait for those confirmations. Do not try to predict any early entries. Just wait. If the play plays out based on the way you have your criteria, you take the entry, and that is considered an A+ setup. No improvising, no forcing, simply waiting for your criteria to hit for you to execute on that trade. A basic example for what a checklist should look like is the market clean, a SPY in range. I typically pay a lot of attention to SPY. For me, if SPY is in range, I try not to take other setups. If SPY is in within a small period of range, if it's not breaking out on the upside or on the downside, I simply stay cash. Right? That is going to be the best way for you to not take boredom trades. The second thing I do is I give myself a certain time period that, all right, if I don't get any clean plays until 10 o'clock, which is the first 30 minutes of the open, I'm gonna wait another 15 to 30 minutes before taking a trade. And during that time, if SPY is in range, I don't take a trade. If SPY breaks out, I wait for something called a break and retest before I jump into anything. If simply SPY is breaking out, that's not a signal to go after any of the setups, which I did make this mistake on few trades this week. On Monday Monday and Tuesday, and market humbled me. So that is one thing you guys want to focus on a lot. Whatever index you guys are watching that follows the watch list that you have, pay very close attention to it during the range period. And one rule that you guys can apply to help you close the screen and walk away at a certain period. So for me, that's around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What I usually do is I give myself max 2 to 3 trades for that particular day. So when we have a major catalyst that week, I try not to take more than 2 to 3 trades. If there's no catalyst, then I give myself a little bit more leeway of 4 to 5 trades a day. But that extra 4 to 5 days is only during trending day. And to be very honest with you, when there is a trending day, I usually don't exceed more than 3 trades anyways, because if I have one winning trade that's working out for me, I just scale out and I hold that trade as long as possible. And that yields a much higher return than for me to jump out and jump back into that same trade or same setup again and again and again. I like to hold the winning trades as long as possible. So only during trending days do I give myself extra 1 to 2 trades, but overall I try to stay within 2 to 3 trade period. If I have 2 back-to-back red trades, I take a break for about 30 minutes. If it's closer to 11 o'clock, then I don't even come back for power hour. So having these type of rules in place is going to be very important to keep you in check and not have you take any boredom trades. Now, one thing you can do during this choppy price action period is keep yourself busy. Do a trade review. Go over your previous trades, go over your previous week, go over your previous month, see what mistakes you made, try to analyze what the market is doing right now. Look at multiple different sectors of the market, such as the tech sector, chip sector, AI sector. All of this is going to give you an insight on which sector is stronger, which sector is weaker, which direction the market. This is going to be a learning experience as well, while you're keeping yourself busy from not over trading or taking boredom trade. So what I usually do is I start talking about other stuff with people in my community, such as cars, real estate, answering questions. Now that keeps me busy from answering those questions rather than taking trades, because at this point now, I'm not going to be focused on a chart. I'm going to be focused on trying to help somebody or answer somebody's question. And this keeps me from taking a lot of boredom trades as well. So basically, everybody needs to keep themselves in check, regardless of how long you've been trading. If you sit in front of the screen for too long, you are bound to take trades that are actually not going to be there. Your goal is not to take trades every single day. Your goal is to protect your capital. Whatever profits you do make, keep as much of that profit into your account as possible. When market gets tough, switch into defensive mode, have rules in place to protect yourself so you're not over trading, you're not giving those profits back on stupid trades that are not actually there. Trading is not about action, it's more about patience. If you can learn to be more patient in the market, your P&L will be big. Your P&L will change and grow in your favor as you learn to adapt to the market. Right? Patience being in terms of waiting for the right setups, when you're in the trade, holding the winning trades, being patient to let that trade work out in your favor, right? Patience is going to be the biggest factor, but without rules, even patience can cause you to overtrade, because if you wait too long, you don't get the setup you want, you're going to have an itch and you're going to take the trade that's not there. If you guys like this video, comment below what other topics I should cover. This topic, by the way, was covered from somebody's comment from one of the previous videos. And I also had a little bit of boredom trades this week, so it kind of aligned with the type of video that I thought I should be making for this channel. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the next video.